What's up, everybody? Today we'll be talking about Stephanie Motto and Tanya as they are starting their new venture, which is selling farts in Christmas ornaments. Yup, you heard that right. There's actually idiots out there that will buy farts in a jar, and now she's trying to expand her inventory to Christmas ornaments, and she teamed up with Tanya. Now let me just give you guys a little bit of backstory on these two characters because I am very familiar with both of them because I watch 90 Day Fiancé, but I know that not all of you will be familiar with them. So Stephanie is a YouTuber by the name Stepanka. Now she's been doing YouTube for 5 years. Right now her channel is pretty much dead. She has almost 400,000 subscribers and she's only getting a couple thousand views per video. But she's pretty much running a dead channel, but that's besides the point. So she was doing YouTube before going into the reality shows. Now, when she went on 90 Day Fiancé, she was completely lying the entire time. She was pretending to be a newfound lesbian that was exploring her sexuality. She went all the way to Australia during the peak of COVID season, even though she claims that she has an immunodeficient disease that can pretty much kill her if she even catches a cold. So right there, you know the story doesn't add up. When she got to Australia, she pretended like she was interested in this woman and she was interested in having a lesbian relationship, but they barely even kissed. And when they were kissing, you could tell that she was grossed out. The only reason she was doing this was to pique the interest of creepers all around the world that would find it sexy and would imagine her in a sexual way, right? She was creating desire. Now, when they were doing the tell-all, she was saying all kinds of nonsense, like she is so freaky and they can't even imagine how freaky it is to be with her. And the entire purpose of that was to excite people into buying fart jars. Now, she started her fart jar venture shortly after the tell-all and became a millionaire all under a year while selling fart jars. Now, that concept alone, that you can be paid for farting in a jar, is completely mind-blowing to me. I don't understand why someone would buy that. I mean, what's the point? You're gonna open the jar, it's gonna smell bad, and that's it. You spent whatever it is, 30, 40 bucks. I don't get it. But she was so committed to her job that she started changing her diet and she got into somewhat of a medical emergency. Now she claims that's what happened. It could have been just another cry for attention, another marketing strategy, and it did work because even Moist Critical made a video on this situation. So I'll just play a short clip of her explanation and then we're gonna move on to the new fart ornaments that she's now selling.
So this is a very condensed version of the actual story, but I was in business for about a month or so, and what was happening was I was producing so many fart jars during this period of time. In order to do so, I was eating so much protein and taking in so many protein shakes that it was causing an excess buildup of gas and flatulence that it was actually pushing up on my chest and causing symptoms of a heart attack, aka a fart attack.
A fart attack?
Now, if you guys don't know, you can actually Google it. This is scientific and it happens more often than you think, but the #1 most common imitator of a heart attack is GI distress and heartburn and acid reflux.
So that was her explanation on what happened and why she went to the hospital. Her video was from 6 months ago and it was titled "How I Ruined My Life Selling Farts and You Shouldn't Do It." But here she is now selling fart ornaments. Also notable is that she is also an Instagram, or should I say OnlyFans provider. I don't even know what's the right way to say this, but I definitely don't agree with this type of content. I think it's despicable. I think that women should be able to do a lot better than this, and this is really lowering themselves. But I get it that it's easy money, so that's why some of them with lower morals decide to do that. Now, I'm not trying to judge anybody. That's just my personal opinion. Now, moving on to Tanya. So, although it was really clear right off the bat that Stephanie's intention on going on the reality show channel 90 Day Fiancé was to get some clout and to further her business and her online presence, that is not the same with Tanya. Now, Tanya had a very real relationship with a South African man called Sinjin, and she brought him over to the States, but somehow it didn't work. I guess none of them were to blame, both of them were to blame, but they ended up breaking up. And it's after that that Tanya probably saw an opportunity to sell fart jars. On the next season, she decided to go to Aruba to explore her sexuality. Now, at first she was dating a guy. It didn't work out. Then she said all of a sudden she's interested in dating women. Basically, she was attempting to over-sexualize herself to be able to sell fart jars in the future. Now, when the tell-all came, all of a sudden she says, you know what, I want a baby, I want a family, but I'm also interested in dating couples. She's trying to show that she's a real freak and that she is really depraved in the bed, once again, to sell fart jars. She wants to pretend that she is the most sexualized, sexually active person to really turn on these creeps. And I remember telling my wife as we were watching it, I'm like, I guarantee you in a few months she's going to be selling farts, because I saw that it was all fake and obviously there was an agenda behind what she was saying. So now that you're familiar with the two fart providers, it brings us to today. So in this picture it says fart-filled Christmas ornaments just in time for the holidays, the perfect gift for your weird uncle. I can never imagine having an uncle so weird that he would appreciate getting an ornament with a fart inside. Now that is disgusting. How do people buy this? And that's the real problem. It's the demand. As long as there are weirdos that are willing to pay good money for fart ornaments, you best believe there are going to be clout-chasing women selling it. Of course. But why do people buy it? Please help me understand this in the comment section, because I understand some simps, you know, they'll pay for pictures, they'll pay for OnlyFans. I don't get it. I don't understand why people would ever spend a dime on OnlyFans, but I kind of understand why some desperate guys would spend money on that. Fart jars, on the other hand, I cannot understand it. My brain does not compute such madness. Why? Just why? And what do they do with it? They really open it up and sniff it? I just don't get it. I simply don't get it. Please help me understand this madness in the comment section, because I'm actually speechless. For once, I am actually speechless. I don't even know what to say about this. Imagine spending your hard-earned cash to buy a jar with a fart in it just because you find the woman hot. Now that is a level of simping that is out of this world. Anyways, I just wanted to bring you this wacky story. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video.